that the Pakistani people elected. Because Pakistan is supposedly one of our allies in the war on terror, we say nothing about them illegally developing and having nuclear weapons because they're one of our allies. Although we do have some problems with Iran developing nuclear capabilities for energy that could possibly, long way down the road, could be converted to nuclear weapons. But since Pakistan is our ally, we allow this dictatorship. And the people of Pakistan, the people of the region, fully aware know who is propping up the government, who's giving the aid, and who Mr. Musharraf and his ilk are at the behest. Saudi Arabia, I can go through many countries in the Muslim world where there are many human rights violations. If you go back into the history of how these governments were established and who propped them up, you would see that the hand of our government and the British are behind those. And this causes a lot of enmity and a lot of hatred towards our government, which expresses itself in time to time in terrorism. And it shouldn't express itself. Terrorism is clearly wrong. At the same time, when there are situations where people are who are oppressed and have suffered injustices, you will see that old saying, no justice, no peace. Eventually, when people feel like they have no hope, they have been taken out of their best human expression, or have been blocked or denied from expressing themselves, their right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, then you will see people with attitudes just like Patrick Henry, give me liberty or give me death. You'll see people with these type of attitudes who are willing to fight for it, and many times there are people who will cross the respectable boundaries or lines in fighting this injustice and this oppression. With that, I will stop, and I open myself up for any of your questions. Thank you. Yes, sir.
It sounds to me like something I've always surmised is that the beliefs of Muslims, the beliefs of Christians, and the beliefs of Jews are being corrupted by nationalists in every country. And if we were to have the pure teachings of all the religions, irrespective of beliefs, I think things might be a little more peaceful in this world. Would you agree?
Yes, sir. Thank you for your comment. And I said this at a speech on terrorism at Michigan State University. I said that if Jews were living by their book, and if Christians were living by their book, and if Muslims were living by their book, there would be peace in the Middle East right now. There would be peace in the Middle East. But unfortunately, Jews are not living by their book, Christians are not living by their book, and Muslims are not living by the Quran. Therefore, there is chaos and enmity. So I agree with you 100%. And let me add on to what you're saying with another thought, is that we're very fortunate in this country. Our country was established upon the principle of freedom of religion, and this country welcomed people in the early days of many different religions and ethnic backgrounds to practice their religion freely. Even some new religions were formed here, like the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. That's an American, that's a purely American founded religion, the Mormons. While religiosity is still high in the United States of America, if you were to look at the recent polls by Pew Research and other polls in Western Europe, you would see that the majority of people in Western Europe are atheists. And this is one of the issues. This is not the only issue, but this is one of the issues why Muslims are having so many problems in Western Europe, in situations like in France where they've made the headscarf illegal, and you can't wear a cross to school, or you can't crucifix or a yarmulke, because at the expense of broad secularism, the right to express one's religion or religiosity is actually being suppressed. It's being suppressed. So these countries, in the name of freedom, rights, and humanism, are actually taking away people's human rights to freely practice their religion. And this scares the secularist atheists in Western Europe so much the Muslims scare. Because in the Muslim world is basically 99% monotheistic, believing in God. When you go through the majority of the Muslim world, you will not find atheists for the most part. They may not fully practice all of their religion, but you will find very low the denial of God amongst Muslims. And Muslims in our religion, we seek to express our religion in all avenues of life. So if you have a group of people who are trying to curtail religious expression in society, then this would obviously they would obviously have some sort of hostility towards those who would like to bring in their religious values into their business or into their education or their art, music. There would be some problems. There would be some conflict. And this is one of the big pieces of the puzzle that people in Denmark and Western Europe cannot understand why Muslims all over the world got so mad about those cartoons about Prophet Muhammad. And those riots that took place about those cartoons were clearly wrong, because we in Islam do not agree with vandalism nor vigilantism. But at the same time, we hold our religion and our prophet in such high esteem. And you have another group of people who don't respect any religious tradition for the most part, and they feel that in the name of freedom of speech that they can disrespect people, or that they can offend people, when in fact they're really humiliating people. So that's one of the pieces of the puzzle that many people don't understand about that whole cartoon situation, that to a Muslim, to degrade religion is more than just an insult. It's really, you're humiliating the person's human identity. Okay. Yes?
I was, a few years back, I was in a school down in South Bend, and I was looking through my social studies book. It was from about 1991. And it said something about if a Muslim dies in combat or in battle, they automatically go to paradise. Is that true? According to your religion?
Islam does have the concept of martyrdom, just like other religions, that if a person is striving to protect themselves and their lives, to even protect one's home, and they are doing this according to the rules that they believe are governed by God, then it is believed that this person will have the status of martyr. Or if a person is espousing religion and is persecuted or is killed espousing their religious beliefs, this person would be considered a martyr. And one of the greatest martyrs in the Islamic religion is Prophet Yahya, and you may know him as John the Baptist. But John the Baptist is a prophet in Islam, the prophet that in the time of Jesus. And we believe that he was martyred when he was trying to live his life according to God and preaching the message, and he was beheaded. That we believe that he was martyred. So yes, but we do not believe that, I should say, in mainstream Islam, there are some extremists who believe that they tie a bomb to themselves and blow themselves up. They believe that they'll go to paradise. But there is nothing in our religion that says that if someone is a martyr, they're going to get 72 virgins. There is no sound text in the Quran, and there is not one verse in the Quran or a sound text in our hadith, in the sayings of Prophet Muhammad, that if someone is a martyr, they get 72